See guys, what's important is making sure always that before you even leave the house, that you have everything in terms of your jacket pocket and everything in terms of your life. And just make sure that no matter what, that you place your personal hotspot on and connect your beautiful phones together and technology into your mobile hotspot, so that way you can upload content on the go very quickly. And I upload my audio programs on the go very quickly. So what I do is I go on actual hotspot over here and make sure I'm connecting my Samsung A20 Galaxy to my actual A51 Galaxy over here, and I have both phones with the internet. So my Samsung A51 Galaxy has the internet right now, and I'm connecting my Samsung A51 Galaxy to my A21 Galaxy with Wi-Fi, so that both phones have Wi-Fi. And that way I'm understanding straight away how I give you that message, that you go and message yourself always success. And then if you have a jacket pocket or something like that, then realize to place your nice and beautiful phone in your jacket pocket while you listen to music, while you're actually giving your business cards around, is very important for you. But understand, life goes quickly guys, and if you're never promoting yourself today, like I am right now on people's dashboards of their cars, and I'm just going on each and every single one car and placing it on each and every single one of their glass windows, at the front of their glass windows of where they drive their car and how they look out the front of the glass. And I place my nice beautiful business card on the front glass of their actual cars, and that way I'm understanding no matter what, I'm learning very quickly upon how to actually dwell upon a better way. But that's what I do guys, I make sure I'm loving my beautiful Adonotopia track here. And now what I want to do is understand this nice and beautiful mix over here can be my nice and beautiful, let's say, chill mix over here, and I'm making sure that's a nice and beautiful way for me to understand that. But I have so many ways of life over here to be able to go and deliver something, and I have to make an album. And my album over here is the first commandment. I'm making sure anyway that what I do with the energy mix over here, I understand that's my energy mix over here. So do I give it a different name or do I give it the same name? Or probably it's more how I give it a different name. I give it a different name for myself so I can go and grow myself quickly. That way I'm understanding straight away how small this car over here is. I mean, this car over here is so small, man. But it's one of those old cars. But I'm realizing anyway, I want to find out which car it is. I'm understanding, although it's one of those cars which is a Chrysler, man. And that's a Chrysler. Or it has to be a Chrysler. I have to understand anyway. It's some kind of car that's nice and beautiful, but it's a short sports car, man. I'm pretty sure though that's probably this one over here, or else it's much more how it is. So as I grow myself differently, I make sure I have nice and beautiful ways of life over here to make sure I'm always successful, and promoting myself out there is the best kind of experience I've ever had in my life. I'm understanding how people go to car parks and they stay in their cars, inside of the car, and they're actually in the car park over here. So as they're actually in the car park, I mean, they stay in their cars because their husband or their wife or something may actually go to the store or something, and then they actually wait in the car while their husband or wife or family has gone already to the store somewhere. So as I go and promote myself very quickly, making sure I have more enough time to just go and do what I need to do. I mean, that's all I do. And as I really go and do a greater way of life for myself, I have plenty of time, but I realize more people over time are seeing Danny Milivojevic. And why is that? Because Danny Milivojevic has music production skills, and he has skills to give you life coaching skills, and he has information of Jesus Christ and also information of any kind that you need, because Danny Milivojevic goes and studies everything, man. I promise you. And Danny Milivojevic goes and just fucking lives life to teach you, and that's it. I love it. That's why I'm understanding straight away how I make a difference in my life. And my events right now, my business card has my event page and my nice and beautiful also where you can find my events. And I'm always promoting one event like this anywhere around the world. And I'm just promoting one event like this always with my business card. And now my business card, in terms of how many events I can fit on the actual business card, is one event only per business card. And that's it. If you can promote one of your events on your business card with your social media, then they can go actually on the social media, and what they can do on the social media is they can check your events page and then just update people with the events page of where your next programs are. And guess what? I promise you, just let people see that information is always different, and as you give different information all the time, just understand that they have to feel that you have more information to give them. So as you have more information to give them, then just say, I understand, guys, that you guys have to come and get some more information from me on this day, and I have another event coming up at this kind of punch bowl or whatever it is, so wherever your event is, and I'll just go and give you an event and say this event over here includes leadership skills and being able to and being able to talk more about the Nice and Beautiful delivery content of some other products I have as well in terms of knowledge. And then guess what, I promise you hide the knowledge here, but you're actually giving them knowledge that you have more information about everything, about life, because you're always updating yourself anyway about everything, and you have to always include yourself to give people the notion that you're somebody in terms of life where you're giving people more knowledge and more knowledge along the way, and they always have more ideas. So show people to always come to events anyway, to be updating themselves about knowledge around the world, because that way they feel entitlement to be able to come to your events. And as they come to your events, then you're doing much greater of a job for yourself, typically, always, to be able to go and dwell upon something that's actually helping you. So what helps you grow is understanding that no matter what, I focus upon just helping myself to succeed differently is what I do. And as I go and grow myself differently, I always have more enough space and time every single day to go and promote my cards on people's cars, and then I just go and do my life greater and greater and greater. So I make sure that no matter what, I have plenty of skills in every single day, factions of my life to love I, and I love I very much, so I have to focus upon promoting that information because I believe in myself. I believe in my word I believe in who I am, so that's why I'm understanding that I have to promote myself because I believe in who I am. And that way I'm teaching you guys my story and how Danny Milivojevic lives his life. So that's the thing, yeah. So as I grow myself differently, I'm learning how to understand that kind of energy right here is what I need always in my music. And I have always this other music where I'm playing this kind of energy in the background, and it's just energy that's in your face, while it's actually melodies playing in the background while it's fluctuating in my music. And that's how I see life, but I see how they look at music, and they look at music very differently toward I. And they can only ever give you this small amount of music in one track. And that's the thing, man. I realize, although if you want to make a track, then make it 1 hour max. I mean, if you do that, I promise you, then you can always focus on different music tracks, and you can focus on different ideas, and you can fulfill yourself this way. But if you create one music track longer and longer and longer, then guess what happens? I mean, you're fucking learning more and more anyway. I mean, you must understand that 4 hours of a music track with Idonotopia is like creating 4 hour music tracks with one set, in terms of 1 hour sets, is 4 sets, for example, or 4 different sets. I mean, in a sense, so no matter what, the Idonotopia is 4 in 1. I mean, Idonotopia is a 4 in 1 track and more. I'm not saying, although it's much better than that. I'm not saying anyway that what's important is labeling yourself in a better way and focusing on understanding that if you're promoting yourself very quickly, that you're going around people's cars and making sure that you're always starting a way forward for yourself to be able to go and dwell upon something that's actually helping you move forward. But what helps you move forward is go the better way, and understand straight away how you have to go and do life greater and go the closer way, and make sure that no matter what, you go around and go and give people a greater notion always about how you actually succeed. But how you succeed is different toward how other people succeed. But I'm getting the gist. I'm very successful with Jesus Christ, and I'm just focusing on something that's actually helping me grow. But the thing is, with music sets now and energy music and whatever I'm doing in terms of life, I'm making sure I have more enough success all the time to succeed differently. And that's what I'm doing. I'm doing different life aspects all the time, and I'm making sure I have more enough success all the time to go and deliver content, because that's what I do, yeah. And as I go and really dwell upon something that's actually helping me move forward, I'm looking to see what I need to do always to help myself differently. And as I do everything differently, I'm always delivering better content, because that's what I do. And what I do is a different way of life, and I just go around. And that's how I actually understand straight away. I'm never wasting time this way. I love I. I'll be careful to never break my laptop. I love I. I'll be careful to swing around trees and whatever it is in terms of poles and everything, and barricades and barriers, to make sure I'm never hitting myself, so I can do a greater job. So what I see is many people going to the nightclubs today to listen to other people make music, and in terms of what other people are doing in terms of events and all that. But what I understand straight away is how I mix music. I see straight away how other people have to go and mix other people's music and stuff, but they're very, let's say, into music, but they're never into music to create their own music. I mean, in a sense, so it's much better to create your own music than play other people's music, I promise you. I promise you, always stick to the nice and beautiful side. Always stick to the nice and beautiful side of being able to gist your way throughout life and creating your own events and making sure your event's successful as much as you can, and focusing on giving content always. But as you give content always, then you're learning very quickly upon what you need to do to succeed differently. And I can place any kind of idea I want into a music track, I love it, and I can actually apply it, and I can do all that kind of information always. And my music is getting better now because I'm understanding that no matter what I do, always a greater job for myself, and that's why I'm learning very quickly upon what I need to do always to make sure I'm successful, because that's what I do, yeah? I'm making sure I'm very successful upon how I live my life. So as I live my life differently, I'm looking for better ideas always to live my life in a better way. So the better function of life is making sure that if other people see you, then let it be. I mean, so what if they see you? I mean, make sure you understand how to promote yourself is what it's all about. But as soon as you can promote yourself, then you stand a chance, and then you stand a victory always. To be able to understand, I have over 600 cars over here, and I'm just promoting my business cards on all those cars, because that's how I see life, and I see life always differently. And as I really dwell upon something that's actually helping me grow, I look at different aspects of life differently to make sure I have more than enough success, and I'm being careful to never scratch myself, or in terms of life to never hurt myself. So as I actually do that nice and beautiful aspect of life better, I'm better than correct, I'm better than anything else, making sure I have a nice and beautiful presentation always to promote myself. Because if other people never want to promote yourself, then that's the beginning of the end of the world, I promise you. And you must understand that the world only spins around because people are promoting themselves, I promise you, that's how you have to understand life. When life is making sure that you can give people what you are, and as you give people what you are, then if you create more enough music for yourself, then you have your own music, I promise you. Then you have everything you ever need, I promise you, because you already gave yourself what you want. So all you want really is to give yourself the words. I promise you, it's only the words that you want to give yourself. I promise you, there's nothing else, but lead people to the words of life. I mean, lead them back into the words. But if you lead people back into the words of life, then you're making sure always that you're studying upon helping people to succeed differently, and you're making sure that you're learning. I mean, you're learning what you need to do. Well, that's the whole point, yeah? And the whole point is studying upon helping yourself to succeed. But then you have to reject people once they see you, and once they see you putting business cards on people's cars, and they're in the car themselves, they never ever go to their car to give them a business card, but make them ask you. I mean, make them ask you for your business card. Because you never need to exchange words with those people, and you never need to exchange words with people. I mean, all you need to do is exchange words with yourself only. I probably should just remember that, because that way you become more successful of a human being, being able to go and promote yourself very quickly upon wherever it is, in terms of whatever it is that helps you grow. But as you deliver content quickly, then my Instagram is always going and doing better and better and better, because I'm understanding that today I have some music production to upload, I have some life coaching degrees to upload, and as I do that for myself, I'm making sure I'm learning very quickly upon how to move on with the subject of what I'm doing in terms of life, to go and do something different totally. And as I do something different totally, I'm learning very quickly upon how to help myself to succeed very quickly. And I'm never one of those people who goes to watch people's cars' windows on a pedestrian walkway or pedestrian light somewhere. I mean, do you see those guys when you stop at a pedestrian traffic light? It's never a traffic light, but it's one of those go lights where it turns green, and then on a pedestrian crossing, they come up to you and they start saying, hey, they want to wash your windows or something. I mean, for fuck's sake. I mean, yes, they want to give you a service, but never be one of those people. I mean, understand? I mean, go and do greater for yourself. Say yes? Say hi. I know it. I realize, anyway, the what's important for myself is growing, and I heard somebody talk to me, but it was more she was talking to somebody else. So I had music playing in my ears, so I just had to get my earphones out of my ears so I can say yes. And what did you say? Because I was believing that she was talking to me. So as I actually do a greater life anyway, guys, I make sure I'm promoting my business cards always. And that way, every single month I have an event, I promote over 3,000 business cards. I love it. I promote every single month and promote over 3,000 business cards to my name and more. Because that way I understand straight away. I go to different car parks around town. I'll go somewhere new. I'll go explore. I'll go fucking wherever around New South Wales or Australia. And I go to all these car parks, man. I'll go to all the car parks. And I look for car parks specifically. And I just go for car parks over there to give my business cards to promote myself. And that's how. I just go traveling. I go travel somewhere. And I travel for information the most. I mean, if you want to travel, then travel for information the most. And be able to travel through saying something that's actually helping you move forward. But I remember when I went to get myself a real estate deal over there, and I was trying to fucking go in the house and trying to get this multi-complex deal, and I was fully touching the surface of everything, and I was touching all of the actual cracks and pipes, and I was touching all this kind of material inside the real estate to see is it broken or what's happening with it. And it's the funniest thing, because imagine somebody, and let's say you're a broker. Let's say you're a broker, and some guy says, hey, I want to get this complex over here. But then you have to get yourself a real estate agent, and you have to get yourself the landlord to come on the day to see me, because let's say I'm the individual who may get your real estate. So the landlord, and you're the landlord, and the landlord has to get the real estate agent to come with him. So as that happens, and as you go around life, then you realize, I come to the complex of where you are, and I say, hey, I want to go into the house, I want to check everything. And or else you say, and you're the landlord, and you say, yeah, no worries, I'm going to go check out the real estate, I'm going to go check out everything. And guess what? I'm fucking going and knocking on the stairs, I'm knocking on doors, I'm looking at every door handle, I'm trying to look at the door handles, I'm trying to understand the curtains over here. I'm understanding, I'm never getting your real estate though. I'm never getting your real estate, but I'm making you feel like I'm getting your real estate, but I'm getting better than your real estate only. I'm never getting your real estate, but I have my own real estate. But the thing is, imagine now, I understand that you believe that I'm actually somebody who may be even getting your actual real estate, but I'm never even doing that. I'm never even getting your real estate, man. I'm just in the real estate notion to fucking try out everything over there. What am I trying out? I'm just trying out the doors. I'm trying out the kitchen. I'm looking at the kitchen, man. I mean, you're standing around believing that I may fucking even get, you're believing that I may even have a chance to get your real estate, but that's no option for me. Understand? So, for me, in terms of what's happening in my mindset, is to just fucking see the real estate and fuck off and never give you the money. I love it. And you're standing around like an idiot, believing that this gentleman is fucking somebody who may get the real estate. But I never fucking get your real estate, man. Understand? I'm just there to fucking just see what's going on with the real estate, man. Just see the biggest waste of time, yeah. Guess what? I never did waste my time here. I never did waste my time here. But the funniest thing is when you're waiting around for a couple of hours or just 1 hour, and you're believing a customer is going to get your deal, but he never does, or she never does because they never want to, but they're just there to just see something about that real estate for themselves, but never to get your real estate. You're fucking waiting like an idiot for 1 hour, believing that this individual is getting your real estate. But guess what? I came on that day believing actually to get the real estate. I understand that, but then guess what? I promise you, I summarize from that day on that no matter what, that I never ever get the real estate. Understand? So never try to waste people's time is the moral of the story. Understand? Never try to waste people's time, because then other people come to waste your time like that. Understand? So make sure you understand that from that point on, I'm teaching you guys very quickly that I'm somebody who's never wasting that guy's time. I'm never wasting 1 hour of that guy's time. Understand? I never did waste 1 hour of that guy's time. Understand? But guess what? I promise you, it's more how I never waste time in my life. Now, I'm never wasting time, but I realized before I was wasting time. I was wasting time in other ways where I was unaware of what I was doing. So I'm always focusing on making sure I'm doing greater. I'm doing greater as a human being. So I'm focusing on helping myself to succeed, and that's what I do always. I'm focusing on making sure I have more enough to develop. And as I develop, I'm loving my life. I love I'm looking at that nice and beautiful notion all the time to help myself succeed, but that's the whole point, yeah? And I understand that no matter what, I say everything I can, but the thing is always promote yourself anyway. Promote yourself regardless of what's happening, and just deliver content. And as you deliver content, then you're learning very quickly upon helping yourself to find that nice and beautiful treasure. But if you understand straight away how you can also have a nice and beautiful track that's playing in the background, and guess what happens with that track? I mean, what happens with the track is the notion of that it may suddenly go into a blackout silence or something like that. And then guess what? That's the whole point. And the whole point is that your music goes into a blackout silence in a mix somewhere. And always make some kind of mix or soundtrack in your actual music where suddenly it fucking just goes ape shit into silence somewhere. And suddenly it goes into silence in a way that you're focusing on helping yourself to succeed differently. And as you understand straight away that my music over here with my Dinotopia suddenly straight away goes into a nice and beautiful notion of helping myself to succeed differently, and I just go and give this little kid my notion over here, and I'm focusing on understanding straight away I'm always delivering content. Thank you boss. Alright, so what's amazing over here is I'm focusing on helping myself to just deliver content. So as I deliver content, I gave some kid over here my business card because he's looking at me in a way that he wants to have something. So I just give him my business card to see myself and what I'm doing. So I just notion to the guy with a thumbs up so that I just leave him alone so I can just go my own way. And anyway, Roger, that kid is looking at me now and saying, hey, Roger, that guy just gave me his business card. So if I see any kid out the window or something looking at me or something, I just go and notion to them to give them the business card, and I invite them to give me $200 at my door over here at my seminar. So the whole thing is they can go and find me, and every single day I'm learning his biological dad or his biological family is in the car, and I'm understanding anyway that what I do is I look at ways of differences of different scenarios that I can do always to make sure I have more enough success all the time to go and deliver. But I understand Ozonify over here is a different track I can go and understand now to listen to. But I'm understanding that no matter what, it's much better for me to just go and deliver that kind of Ozonify track feel right now as well, once this nice and beautiful track of my middle part of my Dinotopia finishes. And that way I'm learning very quickly upon how I actually deliver. I deliver content, but I'm understanding other people can see straight away. I'm making an event somewhere nearby. Probably they have my location, and probably they see where I am on the day and for how long, and they can come and see me. But that's the thing, yeah, probably they feel that they have an extra event. Probably they feel they have an extra event happening somewhere. And that is why I'm understanding that no matter what, that my status is raising because of that. And because my status is something more today than ever before, that it's because of the information I speak. Actually, it's because of the words I'm giving. And as I give words every single day more and more and more, I'm learning more about how to actually deliver content. And as I deliver content, I'm looking straight forward into everybody's eyes in terms of the word I. And I'm understanding that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly upon how people deliver their information services, Aloha. That's why I'm very successful. And that's why I'm learning very quickly upon how to actually deliver my content to people. And as I deliver my business cards to a car park once, I never go there ever again, Aloha. There's plenty of other places around the world that you can go today to promote your business cards specifically. So what you do is never ever go to a car park where you already were promoting your business cards. So go somewhere else totally. So I'm understanding that no matter what, there's always a new place where I can go and promote my business cards specifically. So that's what I believe, always, where you're understanding straight away how this nice and beautiful mix where I made Dinotopia in the middle, and just before the actual final version of my Dinotopia track, there's a nice and beautiful symphony of music that I made, and it's so beautiful, man. I mean, just something that you have to listen to. And as I grow myself differently, I'm looking for different areas of life to achieve in different ways, and I'm making sure that I always understand to point my eyes in a way of direction in my word I over here. And that way I'm understanding straight away how I feel different. And as I feel different, I'm making sure I learn very quickly upon the notion of what I'm doing daily, and I help myself to succeed differently. And that's why I'm understanding that no matter what, that over here in Australia it's nice and peaceful, but I'm understanding that in Israel and Gaza over there it's a terror, man, because over there they have a war going on. So as I actually go and promote myself differently, I'm looking for different ideas, and that's why I'm always studying what I'm doing always in different ways, and that's why I'm learning very quickly upon how to actually succeed differently. But if somebody's against you promoting yourself, then just say I apologize, or just go somewhere else. And that way you're learning very quickly upon what you want to do out of life. But make sure that you go and do what you want. I mean, go and do what you want to do out of life in a way that is helping you to move forward. But that's the whole point, yeah. I mean, the whole point is understanding how you have to be quick about everything. And you have to be so quick about life that you promote yourself quickly and you give your best go at promoting yourself always. So I'm understanding that each and every single event, I have to give 3,000 business cards for now. I mean, each and every single event has to be 3,000 business cards for myself, where I have to give 3,000 business cards and more always. And as I give business cards for myself, I'm learning very quickly upon understanding different aspects of life and how 1 hour music tracks and how it can actually work for me to go and deliver content better. And I love I so much that I'm understanding that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly to just look left and right before I do anything else. And as I go and really deliver content, I'm understanding how Zonify gets right into it, and I love it. I love how Zonify gets into it right away with the kick. And that's why your music track has to be different always. And you have to show yourself difference of everything. I mean, if you always start the same way and finish the same way in music, then it gets boring, man. I mean, start with a kick sometimes. I mean, then start with a melody, and then start with a vocal, and then fucking start with a woof vocal, and then start with a fucking trance fucking melody vocal, and then fucking start with a drum only, and start with a fucking hat only, and start with something fucking different, and start with something different always, and finish with something different too always. I mean, finish your music with differences and sound effects or whatever you want, but make sure you finish it on a high. So for myself, in terms of how I start my music tracks, I either start with a melody or a kick or a vocal, and I finish with a melody, kick or a vocal. And now guess what? I never start my music with a kick. I never start my music with a kick. I start my music either with a melody or a vocal, and it finishes with a melody or a vocal, and that's it. I mean, understand? And that's it. I mean, you must understand that if you make a melody track or music track that's around a melody, then it's the best kind of track when it's a melody track. Because imagine just percussion. I mean, just imagine. I mean, for fuck's sake. I mean, have a fucking melody in there and just say. I mean, have a fucking melody in there. I mean, it's much better than just fucking percussion. I mean, in a sense, so the whole point is delivering better content for yourself to make sure that you're promoting yourself all the way. And if you're promoting yourself, then you have plenty of reason to make sure that you're successful. So those people who are promoting themselves daily in front of people all the time are more successful than those people who never do promote themselves in front of people, because those who promote themselves in front of people are more confident. I mean, how do they get their confidence? I mean, how do I get my confidence? Brush your words. I spoke more words. I mean, why is Elton John so popular? Because he done 30 albums, man. I mean, he sang 30 albums. I mean, he's more popular than the ones who actually, let's say, I send this guy over here, for example. I'm saying I recognize him. I let him park the car. Make sure I can talk to him as well. So what's important for me is I recognize this guy over here. And just invite him to my event as well. So how are you, man? I remember you. I remember you from poker. I see you playing poker these days? I see you. I just come and give you my business card. I have an event coming up on the nice and beautiful 28th of May. It's my birthday on 29th of May, in terms of 28th of May. And I'm making a public speaking seminar around town, so you can come and check it out. Oh, thank you, man. Oh, thank you. Alright, anyway. Alright, that guy has a nice and beautiful convertible car. But the thing is, just go and focus on yourself in a way that you're learning that guy, but she has less words to give me. So what I understand straight away about his communication is, otherwise he's never too curious about me. I love her. Otherwise he's never too curious about me, but the thing is, I only spoke to him to get $200 from him, and that's it. I mean, in the sense, so what I do is I move on, man. And that's why, yeah, I mean, I'm never working for money. I spoke to him to give him knowledge on a day, but he has to give me $200. And that's why I'm understanding anyway that I invite him to come and see me, and I can speak to him always. And I can always do something around what I'm doing with him to make sure I'm promoting myself and my company and my business. But the thing is, when I really understand straight away about what I'm doing, that people appreciate when you give them a business card personally and you go to them personally to have a conversation with them, to talk to them. Words is what they appreciate, but also the invite. And if you invite them, and then guess what? If you're asking for money, people appreciate when you ask. They appreciate you when you ask them, but never when you demand it from them. I mean, I'm never trying to demand them to give me money. I'm never demanding money here. I'm asking for money. I'm never fucking going to your house to fucking rob you of money. I'm asking you. I'll go to your house to knock on the door to ask you about the money, to get the money. I never fucking try to pull a bullet to your head to get the money, man. I mean, in a sense, so that's the thing. I mean, if you want to demand, then go and ask people only. And as you ask people, you shall receive when you ask only. But Jesus Christ gives you everything when you ask already. I mean, if you just ask, then Jesus Christ says it's the words of God that helps you. And it's the words always. Jesus Christ gives you the words only. And the words is everything you ever need. If you have words every single day to give people, then you have everything. I see how people are wasting their time. I see people going around the world wasting their time. They have nothing to do. They're sitting over there at the bus station, talking to one another, and never talking to you. They're never talking to you. I'm talking to you, man. I mean, in a sense, so that's why I'm saying on my birthday over here, I have a camera hire. I gave someone $250 to come and see me, to have an event for themselves as well, and information on the day. And then I brought you that camera hire over there. I'm the ultimate winner on the day. But that guy who's doing the job for me, he's winning more than all of them. Because he gets to hear the information and make some money on the day. And also he gets more employment from me as well. I mean, in a sense, that's the thing, yeah? And he has a connection tie signal with me as well. So as I go and grow myself differently, I'm looking for different areas of whatever it is to grow myself. And that's why I'm growing differently. And as I grow differently, I focus upon helping myself to see the cards over here. And as I see the cards, I'm looking to see exactly what's going on around everything. But that's why I'm very popular, and I'm very much more noticing of what's happening around the world. And that's why I'm focusing on helping myself to deliver. And as I deliver information and whatever it is about life, then I'm looking to see exactly how other people have interests about me in a way that's more than actual, let's say, that's more than actual just words. I mean, I can see how they shake their ass at me, or they may shake or give me the notion that they want to have sex with me. I mean, so what I do is I just go and promote myself on people's cars, and I just focus upon helping myself to deliver content in different ways. And that way, as I promote myself, I learn different aspects. And that's why I'm learning very quickly upon how I need to go and grow myself differently. And that's why I'm learning very quickly upon how much music I can make in the next, let's say, nice and beautiful time that I have. But I have plenty of music. I have plenty of music coming up. And that's why I'm understanding straight away how I'm already somebody in music now. But I have different music. I promote my music. I promote something that I want to hear. I mean, and everybody promotes something that they want to hear. I don't know. Mostly the thing that sets me apart from other people in music is I do more music than them. I make more longer tracks than they do. Go and look at any kind of electronic music artist, and go and look at Danny Milivojevic. I'm pretty sure Danny Milivojevic creates the most trance music out there. I'm pretty sure Danny Milivojevic creates the most longest tracks you've ever seen in your life in terms of electronic music. Go and see. It's all techno. I'm pretty sure it's all techno. It's all techno and melody music. And that's why I get a standing ovation much more than other people, because I do fucking more music than them. I make 1 hour tracks. I make 1 hour music, or they fucking make 3-minute music. And there's a big difference, man. I mean, in their sense, so when they go through my library over here and they see the 6 hours of music I made already, or they say, fuck, it's fucking nice to have that. It's a beautiful vocabulary of music, and I see the saxophone and the stuff over here. It's so beautiful, man. But as soon as you uncover more music in your life, then you say, whoa, I made that. I made all that music. And then my techno days, and I have techno music I made. That's actually different for myself. That's all nice and beautiful for me, and I understand straight away I'm always delivering content. But as I deliver content, I focus upon understanding that some people just drive off with your business card without them having to check your business card. But just move on. In a sense, so it's much more how they're never aware to actually get your business card. In a sense, so I move on. So what I do is I do a better job anyway. But as I give a better job for myself, and as I do something that's actually worth it for myself to succeed differently, I focus on visiting all the cars out there to get my promotion as much as I can. I go listen to my music wherever I can. That's much more value for me only. Actually, that's it, yeah? I go where I need to listen to my music, that's more value for me, and that's it. I promise you, when I actually do my DJing now, I do it in front of people as much as I can. So I go busking performances to do music production, and that's it. Actually, as I do that, I go and make myself the 3rd energy mix now. And I have an energy mix, but I want to make an album of energy mixes over here. But it's much more how I make an album where it's just from the 1 hour point of either I Shall Never Kill and that album. I'm creating that album specifically, but everything else is a mixture of music. And I put all that together in other albums. And that way I'm focusing on understanding that, I'm focusing on understanding that straight away I want to create something new. I want to create a new logo, I want to create something new. And that way I'm understanding straight away how I can upload, I can upload my energy mixes online, and also my nice and beautiful, let's say, my nice and beautiful hour sets and all that online right away as 1 album mix. And I can do that straight away. And I can create 10 EPs of albums. I can create 10 EPs of albums, and it can be 1 album in the nice and beautiful 1 commandment, which is the First Commandment album. And then once I have 100 EPs there, then it's just the First Commandment album. I mean, in a sense, so then I just go and create other mixes. And what I do now from that point is I go and create my Second Commandment album. And what I do is I just keep adding to the story. And make sure that no matter what, I have enough time to go and deliver content in different ways. But I want to make sure I make the 10 Commandments album. And that way, it's always history, man. I mean, it's history, I promise you. This music mix, I promise you, it's so fucking good. And the thing is, I promise you, I leave inspiration at the door over here. I promise you, people can go listen to my music fucking all the way, man. I promise you, they fucking remember Danny Milivojevic with the 10 Commandments album. And then 10 Commandments album, I promise you, I understand the 10 Commandments of God. And that way, I understand straight away that no matter what, how much music I can leave on the line over here. I make that fucking 1 album, I promise you, and nobody else has ever done that before. And that way I'm the first one. I'm the first one. And I just go and do it myself, man. Whereas as I go and live my life differently, I appreciate my life. Appreciate my differences. But then forever and ever, people are fucking singing those melodies and tunes, man. I promise you. It's much more how it is. But what I do is I focus on helping myself to grow differently. And I'm much better than those people who have to work a 9-to-5 job today while I have to go to car parks to promote my business card. I mean, what would you rather do? I mean, would you rather go work a 9-to-5 today for $200? Or would you rather visit any car park in the world right now and fucking put your business card on it? I mean, what's much better for you? I mean, you be the judge of that. I promise you, I'm doing my business card over here. I'm making sure that no matter what, that as I promote myself and my business card over here, I'm learning very quickly upon what I need to do to succeed. So as I understand straight away how I feel about life, I'm making sure I'm always rising to the occasion of life, and I'm looking to see always what's happening around the world. But as I go and do my life greater, I'm looking to see straight away how I actually grow myself. And as I grow myself differently, I have a different life than other people. I have a different life than other people. But because my life is different, I'm making sure I have the nice and beautiful convenience here to just have a great attitude in the process. Because I understand that when somebody's looking at you, or they're looking at to see who you are, and that's it. And that's how I feel, and I'm just much more attractive always. I'm making sure I'm speaking always more words, and I'm always discussing a better life for myself in better ways. And as I go and plant my business cards on people's cars, I make sure it's upside. So the actual face that you see me on, because if you see my face in real life, and we're standing face to face, actually that's the side I place my business card on. I mean, it's the actual appropriate side. I mean, it's the most appropriate side. I mean, my business cards are never upside down. I mean, they actually face up. When they're on the side, they're meant to be on. You understand? So, as I really grow myself, I mean, when you're walking and you stand up straight, I mean, are you upside down or are you standing? I mean, when you stand up, I mean, do you stand upside down or do you stand upright? And you stand upright, yeah? So, I place my business cards upright, and from that point, I learn quickly about how I'm actually perceiving myself over here to go and deliver. But I bring a little green bag with me, and I place it on my shoulder over here, and it holds my business cards. And that way I'm understanding straight away how I feel. That's a beautiful skill for me to deliver content. So as I deliver content over here, making sure I have more than enough promotion over here daily to succeed for myself. But as I go and promote my business cards on people's cars, I do that alone. I do it alone. Probably now if my kids want to help me, but the thing is that if my kids or wife helps me promote my business card, probably it's because their YouTube channel is also in my YouTube channel. Probably then we're all promoting Daniel Milivojevic to promote ourselves. Probably that's different, yeah? But that's why I'm understanding straight away to tell people this. I'm making sure on my seminar day to show people why it's so important to have your whole family in your own YouTube channel. Probably that way you work on the YouTube channel together and you grow yourself together. And that's why I'm saying that you guys need to do something much more popular for yourself. But as you grow popularity, then you grow your family business with information, and that's it. I mean, your family has to grow their tree. And to grow the tree, then you have to give it information. I mean, and the more information you speak to that tree, the more it grows. And that tree is all the people. I mean, the more you speak the words to the people, the more they grow. And that's what I'm saying. And the more you grow, or else I mean, let's say you have a tree over there, and you grow it, and you give it words, and you give it words, and you give it words, and it becomes the biggest tree you've ever seen. You're the tree. When you are that tree, I mean, you're just growing yourself with the words. I mean, once you give the words to all those trees out there, and all those people, then you're the one growing yourself over here. I mean, in order to have a big tree in your life, you have to give words. And you have to give more words. So you are the big tree that you want in life. I mean, you want to grow naturally, yeah? I mean, the most natural way to grow is to give more words. And the more words you give, the more you have a greater evolution for yourself. And that's the whole point, yeah? I mean, the whole point is being more attractive for yourself. And it's becoming something greater for yourself in ways that you're learning to grow who you are. But as you learn to grow who you are, you're learning the different types of styles you have. And that's the whole point, yeah? I mean, the whole point is learning how to study upon helping yourself to succeed differently, and checking the battery always with your technology to see exactly how much battery you have always. And charge your technology before bed as much as you can. And that way you're always focusing upon helping your life to succeed differently, and understand straight away how other people find me sexually attractive because I turn my head away from them. And that way I'm understanding straight away how I go the way of life where I'm understanding that I'm doing something quite nice for myself, where I'm learning very quickly upon how I need to study about my life. But what I study about life is different for everybody. And as I understand straight away how I feel about life, I'm understanding that no matter what I do, I'm learning very quickly upon how I actually help myself to grow. But never be the one who goes fucking to nightclubs and fucking places trying to look for sex or some shit with other people. I mean, fucking go your own direction and speak the words of all that. I mean, speak the words. I mean, the words is what you want to talk about. I mean, you never need sex. I mean, you never need sex with other people. I mean, you need to speak the words, man. I mean, the words is what you want. So focus on the words daily, and then you have more than enough success all the time to deliver what you want. But as I go and promote myself on people's cars over here, I'm doing an audio program while I'm doing it. I want to get some kind of camera hire to come with me to promote my event. And as I promote my event, I'm showing people exactly what I'm doing. And as I really grow myself, I'm showing people how it feels to be able to go and do this as well. But I can tell them in words. So all I do is I speak on an audio program, but I can show them in images too. And that's different. But the thing is, when I show the words of life, I'm already giving you the notion of what I've done in words. So I can just move on. So if you want to explain something in images, then just give it in words. I mean, give the people the words. Never try to struggle. I mean, never ever try to see how much more money to waste or how much more money it costs you or something like that. I mean, guess what? I promise you, it's much more how you have to be the one who is helping yourself to succeed in a way that you understand straight away that you have to be giving more words than you're giving money. I mean, give more words than you're giving the money. I mean, the more words you give, the better for you. But you have to understand straight away how attractive somebody can be when they're just talking to someone in words. I promise you, if you're talking to people in words, you look very attractive when you're talking to people in words. And you're devoting your time to people always. Then you have more than enough time always to succeed differently. And that's why you have to, you have to go and succeed in the best kind of manner always. To make sure you have plenty of time to go and invite people if you want. Otherwise, if you want to invite other people, you have to talk to them and you have to understand straight away how they are. So every single time, just go and focus on yourself. And that's how you have to understand straight away how to live life. But if you want to live life better, then understand that no matter what you understand, the best kind of convertible car that you can get is to have somebody drive you. And if you have somebody drive you daily, then focus on just doing you and making them ask you for your business card, because that way you'll understand straight away how to go and deliver. But if you're delivering content and you're making sure that you're doing something to help your life to succeed differently, and you're looking for that nice and beautiful attitude, but I look very sexy over here, I'm making sure I'm looking for better ideas. And that's what I do, yeah? I do different aspects of life. And I mature through giving words. I mean, it's a beautiful topic, isn't it? I mean, the best topic in the world is giving words, man. I mean, that's all you have to do, always. And as you go and really live your life daily, I'm understanding that for my seminar over here, I make sure that no matter what, I'm planning everything in my words. I'm planning my whole seminar, I'm planning my whole fucking month, and my whole fucking year coming ahead with my words. And I have to talk more words to do that. And that's why I'm understanding, I'm teaching you that. I'm teaching you how to do that. And I'm showing you through every single fucking audio program what I'm doing. And all I'm doing is fucking looking ahead of my time over here with words. And link your channels to my words. And link yourself to my words. And what I say with my words, in terms of what I say with my words, is what I do. And it's what you do as well. I mean, what I do with my words is what I say with my words. And what I say with my words is what you do also. I mean, in the sense, so follow my ideas. And as you follow my ideas, and go and pick it up and go and do it for yourself. But you have to speak the words. I promise you, if you never speak the words, then whatever I say, it never works for you. I promise you, what works for you is what I say, in terms of something that helps you say those words for you. I mean, whatever helps you tick is the words you say. I mean, the more words you fucking say in life, the more you can tick in a better way. I mean, in a sense, so if you want to focus on helping yourself to succeed differently, then what you want out of life is to have a nice and beautiful way of life for yourself, to go and grow yourself differently. But as you grow yourself differently, then just understand straight away how you feel about certain people and why you feel about them that way. I love it. I understand this guy over here has a beautiful sports car over here, but I was urging myself in a way before to be around those people. Now I never want to fucking be around those people who have fucking beautiful cars and sports cars. Because why? I mean, what for? I mean, understand? I'll be around the people who's Jesus Christ only. Well, that's it, yeah? I'm already around that guy in different ways, but I never fucking have to go suck up to him and suck his dick because he fucking has a fucking sports car. I never have to fucking give them pleasure, is what I'm saying. I never fucking give them pleasure. I give them fucking everything. I make sure you understand. I give everybody pleasure. I never take away anything. I understand, although, that what's important is I never need to go to the point of having sex with them, because I never have to go to the point of having sex with them with fucking pleasure to fucking show my appreciation for their fucking sports car or their fucking ways of life in terms of whatever they're doing in terms of riches, and because they have money. I never fucking have to suck their dick because they have fucking millions of dollars in their bank account. I never fucking have to lick their shoes to fucking have my words to say. I understand? I never fucking have to do anything for them in terms of pleasure in words, man. I do my life in words in different ways, and as I do my life, I succeed in different ways, and that's why I'm understanding that I understand straight away how I feel. And how I feel is I never have to go toward them to give them kind of pleasure that you can get from this world because they have something more than me. I'm pretty sure, though, they have nothing more than me. I understand, and that's why I'm saying straight away I can feel how I've grown in other ways because I said that. Because I'm pretty sure before I was trying to give other people pleasure. I was trying to give other people pleasure of this world because they have something more than me. I was fucking poor. I was very poor, I promise you. I understand, because I was going for the pleasure over there with them. I was looking for the drugs with them. I was looking for their woman. I was looking for whatever it is. I understand. But look at me, and when I say something, I understand that straight away. It's much more how I feel that you have to understand. It's more how I'm that type of individual. I understand that no matter what, that I never went for their fucking woman sexually. I never fucking had sex with any fucking woman out there who has a man. I understand. If I had sex with a fucking woman, then it's a fucking woman who's single. I understand. I love her. I may go for their woman to talk to them with words. Words, yeah. I'll go for your woman to talk to her with words, man. I understand, but you may fucking hold back and say fuck off and never do that. I mean, why? Why do you try to block my words? I want to give her love with my words, man. I want to give your wife all my fucking sexiness with my words, man. I understand? Why do you want to block that? Never be jealous of that. If you're jealous of that, that means I deserve her more than you. In a sense, so Every single day you have to allow Jesus Christ to speak to your wife or husband with words. I mean, then you fucking look like an idiot if you never allow Jesus Christ, who gives you eternity, to speak to your wife or dog or whatever it is in words. You understand? So what you want to do is allow Jesus Christ and everybody who is Jesus Christ in this lifetime to fucking speak words to your family and to your little baby and whatever it is. And allow them to give. I mean, allow them to give. So if somebody wants to give, then say, yes, please. I say, what is it? I mean, let me look at this. Because they're trying to give you love. I mean, if they're trying to give you a toothpick, I mean, if I go to your wife today or you, and I give you a little 1 cent piece of a tissue paper, I'll give you a tissue paper on the street somewhere, and you're a rich man or a rich woman. I mean, do you receive a tissue paper from me? I mean, you have to fucking receive a tissue paper from me, man. I mean, does Jesus Christ receive this tissue paper from me when I give it to him on the street somewhere? And it's from the floor somewhere. I went to Jesus Christ, I see a fucking tissue paper on the floor somewhere, and I see Jesus Christ, who is God, and I run up to Jesus Christ to give him a tissue paper that somebody else was snotting in, and they fucking put their snots in there, and I give it to Jesus Christ. And guess what Jesus Christ says? I mean, Jesus Christ says, I thank you very much. When Jesus Christ says, I thank you very much. I mean, understand? Because guess what? I mean, Jesus Christ sees me like that too. I mean, Jesus Christ sees a little baby who wants to give him something. I mean, understand? I promise you. I mean, Jesus Christ sees that. I mean, understand? I mean, you can imagine that. I mean, you can imagine that's how we are as humanity. I mean, that's how God sees us. When you want to give fucking Jesus Christ somebody else's snots. See, Jesus Christ is saying over here, I can see Jesus Christ accepts your favor here. I understand, but that's how it is, yeah? I mean, you have to go and focus upon something that's actually helping you grow. So as you grow, you have to deliver content, and you have to understand straight away how to go and see what you want out of life. But if you want something out of life, then you have to understand straight away how you feel that you can always go to speak words to them. I mean, you have to understand how to unlock your opportunity to go and speak to anybody with words, because that's what you actually want. And what you want out of life is to focus on delivering content. And if you understand straight away how you feel, then you have to understand straight away to go your way. I mean, go your way. But if you have to understand, if you have to understand anything about life, then the whole deal about life is focusing on understanding that if other people never want to give you words, then you have to give them words first. I mean, you have to give them words first. But guess what? Probably it's more how I feel. I feel that, yes, that if you have somebody over there that you want to share around, then go share around. But the thing is, make sure you understand that they can ask you for what you're doing. I mean, in a sense, so that's the whole point, yeah? If they're never asking you for what you want, and they never look like they're sexually attraction to you because they're talking to somebody else, then focus on yourself and what you have out of life. Because that's what you have to do all the time, yeah? And you have to make sure that no matter what, if somebody's encouraging you to go away, you should just go away. I understand, but the whole thing is, if you're promoting yourself on people's cars, then just focus on yourself, understand? Because those people who want you around come to you. And people who never approach you never want you around. Which that's it, yeah? So just leave, and that's it. Actually, it's much more how I deliver services much more than they do. So they have to fucking see me. I mean, in that sense, so no matter what, it's much more how, with Jesus Christ, it's more how he goes to the people as much as he can to give them first. I mean, if Jesus Christ sees them and he wants them around, then Jesus Christ goes up to them and talks to them to be able to have them around. It's that simple. You'll never be shaming yourself around that. So what you do always is focus upon saying that anything that you say that's Jesus Christ or words today goes to God. I mean, anything you say that's words today goes to God right away. I mean, whatever you're saying in terms of words already is with God and his favor with you. You understand? I mean, God's a he and a she. I understand? I mean, God's everything. I mean, God's the word I only. I mean, God's only the word I. I mean, you understand? I mean, what is the word I? I mean, I is everything. I is everything. I is I. I is I. I mean, that's it. I mean, that's all. I mean, that's what God is, yeah? I'm sure if you just go and really, really dwell upon helping yourself to succeed differently, and you focus upon delivering content, and I can see straight away how people enjoy my music over here because I can see the nice, beautiful vibe. So the whole point is making sure that you have more enough time every single day to succeed differently. So the whole point is making sure you have more enough success all the time to go and deliver content for yourself. But the whole point is promoting yourself daily. And if you can promote yourself daily, I promote myself in real life. I never go on actual Instagram advertisements or anything to promote myself. I promote myself in real life. And why in real life? Because in real life I have my events over here in Sydney, Australia. So I promote myself in Sydney, Australia around people's cars so that they can come to my event and give me money right now. I understand? Because if I promote myself online and I say if I can to Sydney online on Instagram to come and see me for my event over here, but they never fucking give a fuck. But they never give a fuck. But 1% of them may give a fuck. But guess what? But it's much more how I feel that you must understand that it does work. And it does work for you to go and advertise yourself as much as you want on Instagram. Prophet Jesus Christ says that it does work for them to see you. Prophet, if you place money into Instagram and Facebook, Prophet Jesus Christ says that it works. And it does work. That if you give Mark Zuckerberg money or anybody money online to promote you online only, then Jesus Christ says that for free, Prophet, it works. I love it. Or Jesus Christ says that, Jesus Christ says that if you ask for money from them online while promoting yourself and advertising to them online, or Jesus Christ says that it works if you ask. Or it works. I understand. Although the thing is, for myself, the thing is right now I have an event coming up at Mounties, which is in Sydney, Australia. So what am I doing? I'm going around Mounties, and Mounties is just 10 minutes down the road here. I'm going to a car park next to Mounties that's 10 minutes away from Mounties. I understand? What I do is I focus upon helping myself to succeed differently, and I make sure that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly upon what I need to do to succeed, because that's how I see life. And how I see life is different, yeah? And as I see life differently, I'm making sure that no matter what, I'm learning quickly upon how I actually become much more. So the whole point for me to deliver content today is to make sure I have more enough time to succeed differently. And as I succeed differently, I'm making sure you understand that this car park over here at Green Valley is 10 minutes away from Mounties. And it's a local thing. I'm pretty sure it's a local promotion on people's cars, because Mounties, in terms of the Nice and Beautiful promotional tag list, is just around the corner. So I'm understanding they're all aware of where Mounties is on the 28th of May. So they're coming to give me $200 because I have to go and really study upon giving them money in terms of giving them my promotion now so that they can see me. But it's also a local promotion, and it's a local promotion of advertisements around people's car parks. And it's where shopping centers are and shopping malls. So when I go around shopping malls around here, I'm not saying that since I've already done this car park over here, I just go over here to this car park where the McDonald's is. I'm making sure you understand that I have a local promotion here around my business for 1 month and more. I'm promoting my business card around local areas of where I'm holding events around local areas, and it's a local area promotion of a real life promotion here. I'm promoting myself in real life. I'm having to walk and walk and walk to promote myself. How far are you going to walk to promote yourself? Fucking walk all the way to promote yourself. Walk the best way to promote yourself. Where's the best way? Go that way for yourself. Do you understand? When you do that for yourself and you focus on helping yourself to become more, then all you want to do really is to help yourself to deliver content. And as you deliver content, then guess what? I promise you, if I give, let's say you're having a nice and beautiful local area party somewhere, and it's actually about your seminar where you're giving a lot of information about Jesus Christ, for example, and you're holding it at the Rio Las Vegas. But guess what? I promise you, before the event is 1 month until the event. Now you have to promote it, yeah? But it's in Las Vegas. Do you go on Instagram to promote it? Yes. You can go on Instagram if you want. Or you can also go to the car parks around town, somewhere around Las Vegas, to fucking put your business cards on all those car parks in Las Vegas. Because you are in Las Vegas 1 month before the actual program starts. So you go around fucking people's car parks and fucking give them the fucking business card 1 month before, and give them 10,000s and 10,000s and 10,000s of business cards and more about your event coming up at the Las Vegas Rio. I promise you, on the day of the event, because you gave all these business cards of yours, they're coming to your events to give you $200 per ticket because you are in Las Vegas. Understand? And also, if you have more money, then advertise yourself locally on Instagram and all this nice and beautiful knowledge all the time, to focus upon understanding that what you want to do is deliver content. But when you're delivering content, you're making sure you have more enough space and time for yourself to go the best way for your life. And as you go and really grow yourself differently, then looking for different scenarios all the time, to make sure that you have more enough of what you need. So what you need to realize is every single day, just promote yourself and your content. And as you promote yourself, you shall succeed. But that's the thing, yeah? I realize if you want to go and promote yourself on police cars, I mean, guess what? I mean, do you have to? I mean, you can. I mean, guess what? I mean, Jesus Christ says that if you go and do it, Porsche, they may have a problem with you. I mean, they may have a problem with me over here for promoting myself like that. Porsche Jesus Christ says that Porsche Jesus Christ says that he does it. Porsche Jesus Christ says go and do it. And that way you have to understand straight away you have no ability other than to make sure that you're promoting yourself with the word I. Porsche, the word I is all the abilities that you can actually give. So if you're actually focusing on your life for yourself and you're focusing on going around everywhere to promote yourself is the best kind of way of life for you, then you're making sure that you're studying upon the game of whatever it is to grow yourself. But never be afraid to upload your content whenever you want, and just make sure you're doing it, because that way you grow.